Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. So, today we're doing a 1 hour Hatha yoga class. So, it's going to be a great way just to get a nice full body stretch to relax and release any stress that this week may have brought. So, you're all very welcome. Thank you for joining me. We will get started in about a minute. You don't really need anything in particular for this class, but it's always a good idea to have some blocks or cushions nearby. They can come in handy. And if you are a beginner, that's no problem. I'll give you lots of modifications. If you do have some experience, I'll show you how to make these poses a little bit more advanced or intense. So let's get started sitting on the mat. You can come into whatever way is most comfortable for you. We'll just relax here for a moment. We'll just wait until it's 10 o'clock exactly to get started. So use your cushions or yoga blocks if you need to sit up on. And then just make yourself as comfortable as you can be. So if everything is okay, if you guys can hear me and see me, that would be great. Hopefully everything's good on that end. If not, you can just let me know in the chat box. Okay, so let's begin our practice. You can sit with your spine as tall as is comfortable for you. Maybe close your eyes here and just take a moment to check in, see how everything is feeling today. Maybe just asking your shoulders to drop a little bit away from the ears. Maybe your jaw is clenched here. See if you can loosen it up a little bit. And we have lots of tiny little muscles throughout the face that are often quite tight. So take a moment to see if you can loosen those muscles up, especially around your mouth, the corners of your eyes, and across your forehead. Now, as the body starts to relax, becoming a little bit heavier, we'll bring some awareness to our breath. So you don't have to force anything to begin. All you have to do is observe. Notice how your body expands with each breath in and then deflates with each breath out. Each time you breathe in, you're breathing in relaxation. And each time you breathe out, you're letting go of stress. Now, staying as you are, we'll move into a breathing exercise. So, this is just a really great way to calm the mind. It's something that you can do at any time whenever you feel that the stress levels are getting a little bit high. We're just going to breathe in for the count of 5 and then exhale for the count of 7. Now, you can do whatever count works for you. Just try and make your exhalation longer. We'll start together. So, if you can, breathe in through your nostrils for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale from the nostrils. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 5 and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. exhale. And keep going just a few more rounds at your own count here. Challenging your mind to just stay here with your breath. It's normal if it has drifted away, but just keep focusing on those counts. Whenever you're ready, you can return back to your normal breath. Maybe just noticing some differences within the body now. Hoping a little calmer in the mind. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. We'll stay sitting on the mat. We're just going to stretch out through the neck and shoulders a little bit. So, whenever you're ready, you can just tilt your right ear over your right shoulder. Take a nice big breath in here, opening up all through the left side of your neck. You can stay here, or if you want to take it a little bit further, you can take your right hand and just let it rest on your head. We're not putting any extra weight onto the head here. We're just deepening that stretch a little bit throughout the neck. Take a nice full breath in. And as you exhale, you can start to bring your head back to center. Tilt your left ear over your left shoulder. Notice the right side of your neck. And again, stay here, or maybe you'll bring that left hand up onto your head. Coming back to center now, we'll just take our eyes up to the sky, opening up through the front of the neck. And then eyes down to the ground, feeling through the back of your neck. Nice big breath in here. Coming back to center, we'll draw some circles with the nose. So start small, just tracing those invisible circles. And then if it feels good, you can make the circles bigger. And it might feel nice even to pause at one point and just let the weight of your head release that tension from your neck or your upper back. And don't forget to switch directions. We'll go the opposite way. When you're ready, bring your head back to its neutral position. We'll interlock the fingers in behind the back here. And as best you can, bring your hands over towards the right side of your rib cage. Now, your right elbow is pointed out to the side here. We want to try point it back behind us. So nice and mindfully, just noticing how this feels within your right shoulder. We're just going to stay here, gently pressing the elbow back behind us. If you want to take it a bit further, you can bring your left ear over your left shoulder. Take a really big breath in, feed that tightness within your right shoulder. When you're ready, you can take your fist over towards the left side of your body, just as best you can. Take it in beside the rib cage. Left elbow is pointing out now, so just bring it back behind you, starting to open up your left shoulder. Maybe your right ear comes over your right shoulder here. Nice full breath in. And then exhale, you can release, hands can come back out in front. Do whatever you need to do here just to release your shoulders and your neck. And then in your own time, you can come to stand on your mat. So we'll get warmed up with some sun salutations. You might be familiar with these by now, but we'll start slowly and then we'll pick up the pace a little bit. We're going to aim to do 4 full rounds today. So just do whatever you can do. Move at your own pace. And the idea here is just to get ourselves nice and warm so we'll be able to get a little bit deeper into some of the poses that we're going to do later. And sun salutations are also a really great way to keep the body flexible. So that's one of our goals here. Feet are close together and then palms can come together at your chest. Take a second here just to stand as tall and as proud as you can. We'll take a big breath in, sweeping the hands up and then slightly back behind us. They drag the head back a little bit and push the hips out in front. As you exhale, bring the hands down either side of your feet, bend your knees and drop your nose towards your knees. Nice big breath in now, sends the right foot back behind you. Release that back knee onto your mat and bring the top of your back foot to the ground as well. We'll stay here for a moment in our lunge. So you might gently open up through your hips here. Send your breath into wherever the body is asking for it. Now you're holding your next breath and stepping back into plank pose. So you can have high plank or you can modify by keeping your knees to the mat. Now together we're all exhaling, dropping the knees down. Point your tailbone up towards your sky, or the sky rather, and just your chest comes in between your hands. So your hips are still floating up off the mat. And your chin will come down to the ground as well. Take a big breath in and scoop yourself up into extended cobra, widening out your feet and bending your elbows. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Take a open up all through the front of your body. As you exhale, curl your toes onto your mat and then start to drag your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. So our first down dog of the practice will stay here for a moment. You can have your knees bent, try to point your tailbone up towards the sky, and then release your head towards the mat. So maybe your ears are in line with your biceps here. Fingers are spread wide apart and you're pushing yourself away from your hands to find that nice full body stretch. Now you can do whatever you need to do here. You might paddle your feet, sway your hips from side to side. And whenever you notice any pockets of tension, you might just pause there and just let the pose release it for you. Now on your next inhalation, step your right foot forward in between your hands. You can go straight for it or drop your left knee to the mat first, then bring that right foot forward. Pausing again here in the lunge. Next exhalation brings your left foot to the front. This time we keep the legs a little bit straighter. Hands can hang low, drop your head, and probably just saying good morning to the back of your legs here. Take a big breath in, sweep the hands all the way up and back, hips out in front. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, drop the hands, Release your nose towards your knees. Repeating on the left side now, taking a breath in, left foot back. Sink the knee down, top of the foot to the mat. Holding your breath for your plank pose. Exhaling to drop the knees, chest, chin. Inhale, scooping up, extended cobra, widening out your feet, elbows bent. Open up through your heart space here with a breath in. And as you exhale, drag the hips up and back for downward dog. Paddle it out, do what you need to do. When you're ready, breathe in and bring your left foot forward in between your hands. However you get there is fine. Next breath out brings the right foot forward. Legs are straight. Inhale, arms up and back. And then exhale, drop it down, bend your knees, release your head. One full round done. Let's keep going. Inhale, right foot back, sink the knee, top of the foot down. Hold your breath, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, keep those hips up in the air and chin. Inhale, scooping up. And exhale, hips up and back. Paddle it out here, find your breath again. When you're ready, inhale, bringing your right foot forward, dropping your back knee. Exhaling, left foot forward. Inhale, arms up and back. And exhale, dropping down. Bend your knees, drop your head. Left side, inhale, left foot back. Sink your knee. Hold your breath, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, left foot forward, dropping the back knee down. Exhale, right foot forward, legs are straight. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, drop it down. Bend your knees, release your head. How's everyone doing? We've got 2 more rounds to go. So when you're ready, breathe in, right foot back. Drop the knee, top of the foot down. Holding for plank. Exhaling, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, right foot forward, back knee down. Exhale, left foot meets the right. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, drop it down. Left side, inhale, left foot back. Sink the knee. Hold the breath for plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, left foot forward, drop the back knee down. Exhaling, right foot forward. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, drop it down. Bend your knees, release your head down, make everything heavy. Are you ready for 1 more round? So we'll just keep the cues to a minimum here. When you're ready, inhale, right foot. Hold your breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Exhale. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, left foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, left foot. Hold for plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left foot. Exhale, right foot. Inhale, arms up and back. This time, as you exhale, bring those palms back together at your chest, back to where we started. From here, you can come down to lie on your mat. So you can come into the most comfortable way for you to lie. So you can allow your arms and your legs to take up as much space as they need. Palms facing up. And all we're doing here is allowing the body to regulate itself, to let everything settle. Your only job is to observe. If your mind has drifted into the future or into the past, try your best to come back here to the present. Just use all of those sensations that you're feeling within your body to anchor your mind here. We'll gently bring ourselves back now, so you can have your feet back in beside each other. Reach your hands up past your head so you're making your body really long. And then we'll take a full body stretch here. So stretch those fingers away from the toes. Make your body as long as possible. Keep breathing, keep stretching. With an exhale now, you can release all of your muscles. Take your arms back down alongside your body, and then take a bend into your knees. Feet are about hip distance apart, and the ankles are below the knees. Reach your hands down towards the back of your heels here, and we'll make our way into bridge pose. So before we do that, press your lower back into the mat. So you wouldn't be able to slide your hand in underneath if you tried to. Notice how that has changed the tilt of your pelvis, and try to keep that tilt as you lift your hips up towards the sky. Belly gets really big here with some big breaths in. Try to touch your chest to your chin without moving your head. And if you want to take this stretch into your shoulders, you can interlock your fingers and then walk your shoulder blades in towards the center of your mat. So we're strengthening the back of the body here, and we're stretching the front of the body. So you might just allow your Awareness to fall on all of the parts of the body that are strengthening right now. Maybe you can feel that heat within the muscles. And now allow your mind to wander through all of the parts of the body that are stretching. Maybe you can feel that release of tension. Take a big breath in, lift the hips a little bit higher if they've fallen down. And then as slowly as you can, just one vertebrae at a time, start to bring your spine back down onto your mat. Once the hips have landed, you can bring your knees up in towards your chest and then make them wider than your torso. Arms can come in between the legs, and then hands can come to hold your shins or your ankles. Or maybe you can make your feet parallel to the ceiling here and hold the inside or the outside of your feet. Coming into happy baby pose here. Imagine that your feet are trying to touch the sky, but then your hands are slowly pulling them back down towards the earth. So we have a little bit of opposing energy here. You can stay still in your baby, or it might feel nice just to rock from side to side. You can experiment with straightening one leg at a time. Just see what your body is craving right now. And it's a nice opportunity here to take a few big belly breaths. So open up your belly as much as you can. You might take your hands back down onto your shins if they're not already there. And it might be nice just to do some circles with the ankles here, moving in both directions. Sometimes it feels like we have so much tension within the ankles, so they can really be appreciative of some circles every now and then. And I heard before that joints clicking are joints saying thank you. So don't worry if you hear a few clicks. I definitely am hearing some. We'll bring the legs out long now. So we'll make our way into fish pose. If you were here last week, you will recognize this pose. So you can have yoga blocks or cushions in underneath here. If you do want to do it that way, you're just putting a cushion or a yoga block in underneath your shoulder blades and then resting yourself onto it that way. Otherwise, we have our palms facing down. Bring them in underneath your hips and bring your feet beside each other. Flex the feet so the toes are pointing up. On a breath in, lift your head to look up at your toes and then start to prop yourself up onto your elbows. Walk your elbows as close in together as you can get them. Then take another big breath in to open up your chest. You're sliding back slightly and then bringing the crown of your head towards the mat. It's okay if it doesn't land on the mat here. You can let it hang as long as that feels okay for you, or rest it onto a cushion or a yoga block here. So we're not spending too long in this pose. So let's make the most of it by taking big breaths, opening up your lungs. And then exhaling, getting rid of any stale air from the lungs. Last big breath in here. Once you've completely exhaled, use your next inhale to gently lift your head up again until you're looking at your feet. And then you can remove one hand at a time from in underneath. Come back to lie on your back, coming into Shavasana pose again, just letting your body digest those last few poses that we've done. Physically, very easy here. Mentally, maybe a little bit more challenging. So just observe where your mind is going and see if you can take it back to your breath, back to your body. You can bring yourself back now by taking another full body stretch, stretching the fingers away from your toes, opening up every single muscle. Long breath in, and then exhale, you can release. From here, we'll come up to sit on the mat. So you can just make your way into whatever way is most comfortable to sit. Again, here, have a cushion or yoga block to sit up on if you need it. Now we're making our way into eagle arms here. So a great one to open up. You can start by reaching your right arm out in front of you and then push it as far away as it will go. Your left arm then swings underneath, and we have two options here. The first option is to hold your shoulders with opposite hands. And then the second option is to take a twist into the arms so your palms are facing each other. So you can experiment, see whichever works better for you. And then wherever you are, you might start to explore the pose a little bit here by gently lifting your elbows up. So we start to open up through our shoulders. You might close your eyes and gently bow your head towards your heart. Noticing how when you send your breath into your body, it might start to uncover little pockets of tightness. The more you can breathe in, the more you can loosen up that tightness. Your body might invite you to go a little bit deeper. And if it does, you can continue to lift those elbows, but just going as far as your body feels comfortable. Taking the last deep breath in here. And as you exhale, you can start to undo, bring the hands back down, maybe circle off the shoulders. You might need to release your neck a little bit as well here. And then we'll go to the other side. So this time your left arm reaches out in front, push it away, and now swing the right arm in underneath. Come to hold opposite shoulders or take that twist, palms facing each other. When you're ready, gently lifting the elbows up, bowing the head towards the heart, closing the eyes, and just taking all of your awareness into your shoulders here. waiting for those little invites at each stage to see if you can go a little bit further. But if you don't receive an invitation, that's okay. Just stay where you are. We'll take 3 more big breaths in this pose. Starting to release now, bringing your hands back out. You might circle your shoulders off. Option here maybe to interlock the fingers in behind you and gently pull the shoulders back now. Maybe lifting your hands up towards the ceiling. If you're here, take a big breath into your chest. And then exhale. We'll all bring our hands back towards the front of the mat here. We're going to make our way into downward facing dog. So however you get there is fine. We'll meet in our best upside down V shape. Take a few seconds just to stretch it out if you need to. Sway the hips, bend your knees. Now we'll make our way into pigeon pose from here. So we're starting to bring the right foot back towards the front of the mat, dropping your right foot and your right knee onto the mat underneath you. So your front foot, your right foot stays flexed here, and that's going to help to protect your right knee. And we want to try keep our hips square. So there's a bit of a tendency to just sit over on the right hip. It makes it easier, but it's not as effective. So to keep those hips lifted, activate your back foot, press the top of that back foot into your mat. And now imagine that you're trying to pull your feet towards each other. So you've created that lift within your hips. Option here to put a pillow or a cushion in underneath this right hip. That's going to help to keep you lifted. Now we'll stay here, or to take it a little bit deeper, you can come down onto your forearms, allowing your head maybe to hang, or you can keep your neck neutral. You can also rest your forehead onto your hands here. We'll stay here for about a minute. Starting to feel little parts within your hips that are just asking for some breath. So send it in there. And on each exhale, you're getting rid of that tightness. We'll start to make our way out of the pose now, so you can come back onto your fingertips, and then in your own way, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Noticing a difference within the two sides of your body here as you stretch out your legs. Do what you need to do to release the pigeon pose. And then when you're ready, we'll take our left leg forward, dropping the left knee and foot onto the mat in front of you. Top of the back foot is on the mat. Remember, front foot stays flexed here. Both feet are very active. They're pulling towards each other, keeping that lift in your hip. Option to place your left hip this time. And if you want to come onto your forearms, feel free to do so. Tap into the sensations now within your left hip. And try your best to keep your mind with those sensations. Gradually starting to reverse out of your pose now, making your way back into downward dog. Take a second just to let those sensations fizzle away. Stretch them out. When you're ready, you can start to slowly walk your feet towards your hands. So we're coming into a standing forward fold. Feet about hip distance apart, knees can stay bent. Let your head hang towards your mat here. Hands can hang low or they can come to hold opposite elbows. Hands back to the mat if they're not already there. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Now, as slowly as you can, just start to stack your vertebrae back on top of each other. So eventually you're coming to stand on your mat. The back of the neck is the last part to straighten up. Now, when you're there, you can stand with your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. We'll come into a triangle pose here. So you're reaching your hands up over your head, maybe holding your left wrist. Sorry, I know you can't see that, but you're holding your left wrist with your right hand. Then you're pressing down into your left foot, lifting your shoulders up, and then slightly over towards the right. So a nice long line between your left fingers and your left foot. Big breath in to open up through the left side of your body. And then exhale, come back to center. Switch your grip now. So your left fingers are holding your right wrist. Gently lift them up, press into your right foot, and then come over towards the left. Stretching all through the right. Now we'll repeat a few more times. So come back to center, switch your grip, lean over to your right, pressing into your left foot. Maybe your left shoulder will drag slightly back and up so you can open up your chest. And then come back to center, switch your grip, lean into your right foot. Now maybe right shoulder comes slightly back and up. And then back to center. You can release your hands from here. Feet come back in beside each other and we'll make our way into tree pose. So palms might come together at your chest. You can press into your left foot and then find something to focus your vision on. So maybe something out in front of you that's not moving. And then once you feel balanced, you might start to lift that right heel up. Toes can stay on the mat here, or you can bring your right foot completely up off the mat, resting it either below your knee, or you might use your hands to take that right foot above your knee. Just make sure you're not putting any pressure on your knee. Use your breath here to stabilize, keeping yourself balanced. It's okay if you fall out of the pose, just come back to wherever you were. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can lift those hands up over your head and try to keep this right knee pointed over to the right. One more big breath in. And then exhaling, you can start to bring everything down. Shake off those legs, do what you need to do. And then when you're ready, we'll repeat on the other side. So hands come back together, press into your right foot now. Find that something to focus your vision on. And just take it one stage at a time here. Maybe first just bringing the left heel off the mat. If that's working and you're feeling balanced, then maybe bring the foot up another little bit. Knee opens up to the left. And maybe challenging yourself here, lifting the hands up. One more big breath in here. And then nice and slowly start to come back down, shake off those legs again. And we're just going to do a few arm circles here. So feet close together or maybe a little bit apart. On an inhale, bring those hands slightly back behind you, all the way up. Let them meet in the center and look up. And then bring the palms together back down to your chest. We'll do a few more like that. So inhale, reaching up, looking up, palms together, and then plug the thumbs back into the chest. So as you reach up, you can reach up and grab whatever it is that you want from this practice. You can grab peace, joy, whatever it is, just reach up and grab it and then pull it down into your heart. And we'll do one more. You can keep your palms together at your chest once you're there. Feet back in together, finding mountain pose here so palms can stay as they are, or hands can come down, arms rather down along beside your body, palms face forward. Curl your tailbone slightly underneath you and then start to lengthen the vertebrae within your spine, reaching the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And for you, you can close your eyes here or else just relax your vision. And just noticing all of the sensations within your body now, all of this new energy created. You might start to feel the left and the right side repeating for balance. Draw in a few deep breaths here, all the way into your belly, into your chest. Exhaling, emptying belly, emptying chest, emptying throat. Now, in your own time, you can very slowly start to open up the eyes again, bringing yourself back. And you can come down to lie on your mat now. Trying not to disturb that peaceful energy that you felt within your body. When you're there, you can bring the sole of your right foot up onto your left thigh. Left hand can come to hold that top knee. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Stack your hips on top of each other to bring your knee over towards the right. Release your knee over to the left. Release your right. And just take a little spinal twist here, keeping both of your shoulders on your mat. Back to center. Whenever you're ready, send your right foot out long. Left the right thigh. Right hand holds the knee. Left arm reaches up. Stack the hips, bringing your knee over to the right. Release your left arm back down to the left. Is grounded. Open up all through the left side of your body here. Now back to center. Before we come into our final relaxation, you might have some little fidgets that you need. The body is still craving something, so you might bring your knees up towards your chest. You could come back into happy baby pose here. First, by having the soles of your feet on your mat and just gently drop the knees other. And then whenever you feel satisfied, like you're ready to settle, you can close, palms facing up. Maybe you can press the back of your head into the mat here so you can lift up your chest and shoulder blades in beside each other so you have a platform or like a pillow to rest your chest on. Let the awareness of your breath go. Your body will breathe all by itself. Bring your mind down to your feet and just notice how they're starting to get heavy, starting to sink down into your mat. Your knees become heavy now, sinking down. The hips are starting to relax, starting to get really in your whole to the mat. Shoulders are relaxed, heavy and sinking down. Hands start to relax, getting heavier and heavier, dropping down. Your head is heavy now, slowly sinking into your mat. Your entire body is relaxed and heavy. And we'll take the next fall into a deep, relaxed. Very slowly starting to bring your awareness back now. And whenever your body communicates to move, you can just move accordingly. Wiggling through your fingers, toes, circling the ankles and wrists. And then you can come to rest on your right side. We'll take a moment there. You might pull your knees up towards your chest. Bring your right arm in underneath you if you need. And take the biggest breaths that you've taken so far. Thanking yourself for showing up and for doing this practice. And then in your own time, trying to keep your awareness as much inward as you can start to pick yourself back up. So you come back into your seat on your mat, palms to the chest. You can close your eyes, bow your head towards your heart. And as I mentioned last week, if you were here, one of the main teachings of yoga is not that we do it for ourselves, but we do it for others, or we do it for this greater good. So you might take a moment just to think of someone or somewhere or something that might need this good energy and just send it out to them now. When you're ready, you can start to bring yourself back, opening the eyes again. So, thank you so much for practicing with me here this morning. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did, you can just let me know by leaving a thumbs up, or you can leave a comment. And we will be back again next week at the same time. So, hopefully, I'll see you guys there again. And in the meantime, if you want some videos or practices to do, there are lots on the channel. I'm still uploading 10 minutes every day, so a little 10-minute morning yoga practice to get you through the week if that interests you. So, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys for being here. It's lovely to do the practice live with people, and I know that some of you are watching on a replay, so thank you again. And have a great day, have a great week, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next week.